Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I almost said my YouTube video, which technically, I guess I'm not wrong, but anyway, today we are making a s'mores cake. Now, if you know anything about me, you'll know I don't like s'mores. I don't like marshmallows. So, anyway, my daughter, on the other hand, absolutely loves s'mores. And about the time of her birthday, we had all these plans of doing different things to celebrate her birthday, but none of them actually included making a cake. So about the time that I decided I was going to make the Kentucky Derby casserole, no, not Kentucky Derby casserole, the Kentucky hot brown casserole, there you go, we decided to turn it into just a quick little early birthday party so that she'd get a birthday cake with candles, because on her birthday we actually had other plans. So anyway, I started looking for different types of cake to make her, and one of them that I saw was a bacon bourbon blah 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 blah. I have a bug in my face, oh my gosh. A bacon something, I don't remember. And mainly because I wanted to make it, not because she likes bacon, although she is coming around on bacon. So anyway, I came across this s'mores cake. So it says, this s'mores chocolate sheet cake has all the delicious flavors of a gooey chocolatey s'mores, but without the campfire. Moist chocolate sheet cake topped with a layer of decadent chocolate ganache that's covered in a smooth marshmallow buttercream frosting and toasty graham cracker crumbs, easy to make and even easier to share. So I decided that that's what I was going to make. Now, a couple summers ago, I actually made a s'mores frozen dessert, and it was pretty good. Like, don't like marshmallows, but it doesn't actually use marshmallows, it uses marshmallow fluff. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. You can make your own. I haven't tried. Or you can buy the store-bought, which is the route I went. So anyway, this is the sheet cake I made. You definitely should try it. When you go to make the buttercream frosting, it is a pain in the tuchus because marshmallow fluff is so sticky. So anyway, if you're new around here, think about subscribing to my channel, giving this video a thumbs up. I'm gonna lose my mind apparently and forget what I'm saying. Try this s'mores cake. You won't be sad, I promise.
The first thing you want to do is make your toasted graham cracker topping. Now please tell me that somebody has a package of open graham crackers in their box and they're not sure if they just want to open a new package or use the original, because I didn't have enough. Anyway, moving on. So you want 3 graham cracker sheets that you're going to crush into crumbles. Then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, which I never measure, 1/8 of a teaspoon of kosher salt. And you're going to add 1 tablespoon of unsalted melted butter. You're going to mix that together in your bowl and place it in a preheated 300-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 7 to 8 minutes. Really, you just want to get a nice little crunch on it. Next, it's time to get out your pan for your sheet cake. This is a 9x13 pan. Go ahead and grease it up. Some people do butter and flour. I just like the Baker's Joy. It makes more sense to me. This is also the time you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The bowl of a stand mixer fitted with the whisk attachment, you want to add your flour, your cocoa powder, the sugar, the baking soda, the baking powder, your salt, your espresso powder. I kind of ran into some issues. I ran out of sugar, so I had to go dig it out of my pantry. Spent forever looking for my espresso powder, which I still haven't found. If you don't have an espresso powder, you can use a dark roast coffee, like instant coffee, in place of. When I pulled my dark roast instant coffee out, it had molded. So I had to find another container of it, which I did have. So I was just having all kinds of good luck. But once you get all of this together, you want to just use your whisk by hand and mix it all together. It's time to get all your wet ingredients together. In a small bowl, you want to whisk your buttermilk and your sour cream together. If you do not have buttermilk, there's a hack. So use your whole milk, and for every cup of whole milk, you add a tablespoon of vinegar, and it works like a charm. So I mixed that all together along with the sour cream. You want to mix it together so it is not lumpy, and this process seemed to be very messy. If I would have done mise en place, this would have been a whole lot faster, and I was kind of running time constraints this day, but you know, why not just try it and see what happens. So the next thing you want to do is you want to measure out your vegetable oil, get your eggs ready, and your vanilla extract, and you're going to add the buttermilk mixture, the vegetable oil, the eggs, and the vanilla extract into the bowl of dry ingredients. Now, if you do not have vegetable oil, you can always use canola oil because they are interchangeable. And then you want to turn your mixer on for about 30 seconds just to combine all of the ingredients that are currently in your bowl. Then you're going to add in your hot coffee. Any cake batter, do not overmix, but do make sure that you get all your ingredients mixed together.
Oh my gosh, this smells amazing.
Now it's time to bring your pan back over because you're getting ready to pour the batter in. One thing that I like to do is kind of mix the batter once I take it off the stand just with my whisk, just to make sure that everything in the very bottom got incorporated. We're getting ready to put it in the 350 degree oven and bake for 30 to 35 minutes. Cake comes out of the oven, you want to go ahead and have your ganache ready. So go ahead and mix in your chocolate chips. I used mini chocolate chips because that's what I had. You pour in your heavy whipping cream and you're going to put it on the heat to melt it together. Now that day I didn't have any heavy whipping cream, so while my cake was baking, my husband watched it and I ran to the store after heavy whipping cream. Heating your heavy cream, make sure you do not let it boil. This was a little bit thicker heavy ganache than what usually I'm used to, so basically you pour it over your warm cake, allow it to sit just a smidge, and then use a spatula and just spread it over the top of the cake. Then you are going to either leave it at room temperature or stick it in the refrigerator to completely cool before you're frosting it. Many hours later, I was back from my afternoon and it was time to make the frosting. Now, when the cake is cooled and the ganache is set, that's when you start preparing the marshmallow buttercream frosting. In an electric mixer, you beat your softened butter, or if you don't have softened butter, well, the easy trick is to pour hot water into a glass, dump it out, stick your butter up under it, set it upside down on the counter, and let it set for a few minutes, and it will help soften up that butter. You throw your butter into the mixer and let it beat just to kind of soften and kind of fluff up. You're adding air to it at this point. Then you're going to add your 3 cups of powdered sugar, your tablespoon of vanilla extract, and then comes the fun.
Oh, this stuff is so nasty sticky. You know?
Of adding either 2 7-ounce containers of marshmallow cream or 1 large one that I think was like 15 ounces or something. Let me just put this out there. Getting it out of the container is a messy, sticky mess. Word to the wise, use a spatula, scrape down your bowl many times just to make sure that everything gets incorporated in and you don't miss anything. Now it is time to frost the cake. So bring your cake back over and you're going to basically dump your icing out onto it. Now I used the spatula to get it out of the bowl, but then I used an offset spatula for icing to actually go ahead and spread it over the top of the cake. By the way, leave me a comment down below and tell me, do you call it icing or frosting? Now, I've always heard that you ice a cake, especially if you're decorating it, but it's frosting more like this, but it can be used interchangeably. Now, once you have your icing or your frosting on top of the cake, then it's time to spread your toasted graham cracker bits over the top to help bring on this s'mores vibe. As I mentioned before, I made this for my daughter's birthday. How can you have a birthday cake without birthday candles? And I happened to go way overboard. We had the number, we had the amount, plus we had happy birthday in candles. Word to the wise, it's hard to light candles outside.
Got the B over there, it's out.
Yeah.
On the far side. And the D on, and the H over here on this side.
And the T.
Let's just pretend they're lit.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Evan. Happy birthday to you.
Now blow it out without spitting on everything.
I went to all that trouble.